Since the dawn of time, the armies of heaven and hell have waged an endless war. Drawn to the conflict was the Charred Council, an entity bound by ancient laws to preserve order and balance. It held that angry power, unchecked, threatened the very fabric of the universe. In time, heaven and hell came to honor the council and its laws, for none were beyond the swift and terrible justice of the council's enforcers. A fearsome brotherhood, known as the Four Horsemen.
The Horsemen were part of a separate race to the angels and demons, the Nephilim. Born through the mixed essence of angel and demon at the hands of Lilith, the Nephilim were an unnatural race that laid waste to the universe. Not much is known about them besides that they were powerful, the most powerful of them being Absalom, the first and only non-born Nephilim. Created by Lilith, it was his creation that apparently spurred angelic and demonic creatures to mate, and thus created the Firstborn, the original generation of Nephilim. It is possible that all of the Nephilim after this initial birthing are the offspring of either two Nephilim or a Nephilim and a non-Nephilim. The Firstborn, assuming Absalom, who was not born is not included, that we know of consist of one. Death, the eldest surviving Nephilim, the rider of the pale horse, the reaper and leader of the four. We are yet to see what powers the Horsemen have been granted by the Charred Council, and so it is hard to tell how different the Firstborn are from subsequent Nephilim. On top of which, Absalom, stated to be the strongest Nephilim, has been altered by becoming or creating corruption. Though Samael did state that the other Nephilim are nothing but flawed copies of a perfect mould, giving Absalom a compliment far greater than any afforded to the Horsemen, whom he said that it would take all four of to stand a chance at executing him. In Darksiders, the Abomination Vault, Death states that he is more likely to survive a shot from Black Mercy, the gun that will kill anyone its bearer wounds, including if they shoot you with it, than War. War is stated to be the youngest of the four horsemen though, so it is possible that his youth is why he is less likely to survive. Yet there is a great deal of emphasis on Death's regenerative abilities during the tale, which leads me to believe that his powers of regeneration are simply better than those of War and the other horsemen. This goes without mentioning that in one of his rare appearances, Strife stated that Death was damn near invulnerable. This may imply that the Firstborn had a higher healing factor than the following generations. On top of this, we can say that they may have greater control over the energies they wield, as Death has not only got greater control over his Reaper form, using it partially when his standard body is simply too small, but also the energies he manipulates to use it. It is stated that, unlike War, the Elder Horseman does not require any specific weapon to feed on the strength of the Fallen. It comes to him naturally. As such, it is likely that he is more in tune with the energies he manipulates, though necrotic instead of chaos. But it is possible that this is through practice instead of natural ability. As we know no more of the Firstborn besides Death, we can only make assumptions on things he, and the other beings from the time of the Nephilim rampage, have said, with Death being the most reliable source. Death states that the Firstborn was secretive, and that while the Grand Abominations were his idea, and his greatest guilt, he also stated that even the other Nephilim, his brother Horseman and the Charred Council itself, would never draw the secrets he held of the Firstborn from him. He has shown he is willing to die to protect these secrets. Perhaps this willingness is part of why he is Death. Firstborn were led by Absalom, and likely served as the military commanders in the Nephilim militant society, thus being the leaders overall. They were likely more powerful than the later generations of Nephilim, be it due to dilution of the balanced solution of angelic demonic blood, or any other reason. All are assumed to be dead besides Death, who reaped their souls and sacrificed them, along with most of the later Nephilim, including himself, to the Well of Souls in order to restore humanity. Yet he was resurrected by the breaking of the Seventh Seal, a power we assume was granted by the Council with the forging of the seals, it's unlikely any of the others have been resurrected. The Firstborn were warriors of great renown and skill, strength both in numbers and in individual prowess, and only one will have ever come back. It is possible that there are Nephilim that, like the Horsemen, grew weary of the slaughter, but rather than serve the balance, they simply retired, either living on a dead world or seeking asylum with their mother Lilith, or any other powerful creature for that matter. Who knows? I, for one, am interested to find out. And I will catch you cats on the flip-flop. Goodbye.